Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Cloud Innovator Pitch Challenge. Did you all have good time in the morning session? Yes? Okay. Tell me, what were your takeaways from the morning session? What were your takeaways? What did you learn through the thought leadership and also watching all the entrepreneurs do their pitch? Come on, go ahead and put it in the chat. Yep, it's a new thinking process and ideas. Yep, I may have found a new partner. Wow, that is so cool, Susan. Focus on people and success to follow. Purpose mindset, absolutely. It's important to drive diverse teams and dreaming big. So today on the Cloud Innovator Challenge, again, these ideas are big ideas disrupting billion-dollar markets. So what we are going to do today is just talk about how the whole process will work. And all of you, we would like you to be engaged, really use your emojis to get everybody excited. So let's go to the next slide, Riza. So this session is presented by iCert as an ally, and we really partnered with TIE Seattle to really host this Cloud Innovator Pitch Challenge to really pick the winner and send them to qualify for the Dubai Challenge, which is the TIE Global Challenge, where they can win $100,000. So it's pretty exciting, and we really appreciate iCert as an ally to believe in women entrepreneurs and really creating access to amazing opportunities. The way we are going to go about doing this, go to the next slide, is we will have Monica come in and hold on for a second. Hold on. I'm technically a little bit challenged too here. Give me a second. So right now, what we are going to do is I will have Monica Panpilia come and join us. She's from JP Morgan Chase, and she has been a managing director and also leading the Global Technology Product Office. And we have worked with Monica for the last few years, and she has been a fantastic partner of Women in Cloud. And Monica, I would really have you set the remarks, get everybody excited of why you were excited to really engage in the Cloud Innovator Pitch Challenge. Go ahead.
Thank you so much, Chaitra. It's an honor to be part of this. And I am so excited, and I think all of you should be, to be part of Cloud Innovator Challenge. And as a strategic leader at JP Morgan Chase, I focus a lot on product strategy, innovation, development, and adoption in the enterprise. So as a community leader, I am very interested in investing and helping female tech founders gain access to advisors within the enterprise. Today, the exciting part of this pitch challenge is the collaboration that Chaitra talked about, the collaboration between Women in Cloud and TIE Seattle, to identify companies that are developing breakthrough solutions in the enterprise ecosystem to represent us at the TIE Global Pitch Challenge. And as an audience, I'm going to ask you, get engaged with the female tech founders, open up your supplier channels, and help us make the world inclusive of the enterprise ecosystem. So with that, good luck to all the finalists and my fellow judges to pick the winner today. And we know it's going to be a fun and exciting afternoon here.
For sharing the remarks, and the partnership with TIE Seattle is pretty exciting. And I also would like to bring in the other 5 judges who are going to be judging. So I'll start with Kelly Hartman. Kelly, come on over and talk about why are you so excited to, raise your hand to, judge this pitch competition.
Thank you, Chaitra. I'm so excited. Hi, everyone. I lead the ecosystem and business development for IBM, and as part of that, the Red Hat partnership as well. I am so excited to be here. I think it's really exciting when you combine new technology with great ideas. And so I just really look forward to hearing all of these fantastic ideas and seeing what the future holds for all of us, really.
Awesome. Thank you, Kelly. Let's have Matt Jackson. Please join us and please introduce yourself and tell me, why are you excited today?
Well, thank you so much for inviting me. Really honored to be part of this. Not only do I believe strongly in the cause, but the topic that we're talking today is really of interest, a passionate area for me. I had helped create a Born in the Cloud company a few years back, and so I have the experience of being kind of in that startup mode and struggling to get the idea out there and make the company successful. But then also through acquisition, I now find myself as an executive in a large enterprise. So kind of from the other side of the house, looking at how do we invest in startups and how do we partner to create opportunities for startups. So I'm really interested to hear all the pitches today and excited to help one of these startups really get off the ground and become successful.
That's fantastic, Matt. I'm really excited about that. Really excited to see how you are going to judge, because it was really hard to find the top 6 pitches. Priyanka Mitra, why don't you join us and talk about why are you excited? Mic on, camera on. You will be on the stage with us. Okay, let's start with Patty.
Yeah, I think I got invited first, Chai, so I'll go next. So by way of intro, I'm Patty Burrows. I'm with Accenture. I lead our tech work in the Midwest for our FS clients, and I am a woman in cloud, right? I spend a lot of my energy driving more and more women into cloud jobs, so I'm super excited to be here today to participate in this. Chai, you said it really well earlier today, which was, you know, this is an event that's really going to change someone's life, so just thrilled to be part of it.
Perfect. That's awesome. Suresh, since you're on the screen with us.
Hi, Chaitra. Thanks for having me today. I'm really excited to be a judge. I'm a serial entrepreneur and author. And as a serial entrepreneur, I'm really excited to see a number of successful women participating in this pitch challenge. And I'm looking forward to hearing their pitches and also looking forward to mentoring at least one company in the future. So excited to be here.
Awesome. Awesome. And Janae, how about you?
Hi, good afternoon. My name is Janae Fortier. I'm the Director of Grants Administration for Hello Alice. And I've spent many years reading grant applications and knowing on paper about the difference that we're able to make in people's lives and businesses' lives. But I think this will be one of my first times getting to really connect with and hear from individuals and ideators themselves. And so I'm super excited to see all of you and to have this opportunity to uplift women in our field.
Awesome. Awesome. And Priyanka, are you able to come on the screen? Give it a try. If you can't, I know you are here with us. She's from M12 and it is a venture fund. So the way we pick the judges is they're all from enterprise ecosystem. They have helped many companies to really grow. And also they have created massive access to opportunities. So that's why they are here. So all the entrepreneurs get ready. So the rubric that they will be using today is 3 things. 1 is solution that uniquely solves the customer problem. 2nd, the solution is original and it is addressing the B2B market. And 3rd is it's a market opportunity and there's a revenue stream for it. So each one of you will be given 5 minutes to present and they will judge. And after the pitches are done, we'll bring back the judges and the entrepreneur to come on the screen. And if there are any questions, then you have to answer and the judging happens. And then we'll go into a 15-minute break for deliberation. We will come back and then we will announce the winner, the first runner-up and the second runner-up. So with that, I would love to get this whole thing started. And so Patty, you can take it from here.
All right.
Welcome on the stage.
I'm so ready for this. This is going to be fantastic. All right. All of you judges, mic off, camera on, get off that stage so we can get on to these finalists. This is very exciting. So all of you, Chai, I want you to repeat for me one more time. What was the first criteria? It was original, B2B, and that revenue stream. What was the first criteria?
The solution uniquely solves a customer need and a business problem.
Okay, uniquely solves a bit. And so for all of us that are out there, we're judging too, really. Even though we've got judges, we're going to be judging too. So here, our first pitch finalist, number 1 is Pradnya Desh from Advocat AI. All right. So let's bring Pradnya up. And so Shirish, there we go. All right, camera off, mic off for me. And
hello, everyone. I'm just going to share my screen. It's nice to see you. Awesome. I'm really glad to be here with you today. I'm Pradnya Desh, the CEO of Advocat AI. I'm an attorney and a former US diplomat. I'd like to introduce you to Andrew. He's an in-house attorney at a famous beverage company. And there's something that he doesn't know. His job is to review contracts for a huge department of sales professionals, but he's so busy that it takes him between 1 to 3 weeks to do anything. And the entire time, the sales professionals are complaining and grumbling that he may lose them multi-million-dollar contracts each because they think he's so slow. But it's not that he's slow. Legal's job is to carefully construct every word to reduce risk for the company. It's important, time-consuming, manual, detail-oriented work. Okay, so that is usually slow, which is why sometimes the sales professionals don't even wait. Slow costs the company money and can lose deals. What Andrew doesn't know is that last year, Peter, one of the sales professionals, copied, cut and pasted an old contract and skipped legal review altogether. Now the company is being sued for $24 million, and both Andrew and the sales hotshot are about to be fired. There is a better way. At Advocat, we believe that enterprise legal should help business get done. Here's a screenshot of our software. And here's the user experience. Peter, our sales professional, says, Advocat, I need a sales contract. And Advocat says, okay, what do you need it for? And then Peter and Advocat have a back and forth natural conversation, either voice or text, whatever Peter prefers. When Peter speaks or types, Advocat finds the right contract template, fills in the correct data pulled from databases such as Salesforce and SharePoint, performs legal research to update the document, presents the legal draft to Andrew, our in-house attorney, for approval in real time. Now, enterprise divisions, such as those who do sales, procurement, product, HR, IP, can use Advocat rather than being forced to decide between time spent and risk tolerated. There is no other solution that is conversation-driven and covers the contract creation workflow like we do. We have one patent filed and several more in process. Our AI software is smarter because it uses a knowledge graph to model legal concepts and contracts. It uses Azure Cognitive Services to extract user intent, and then we enrich the knowledge graph to perform legal research. This process is transformational for our in-house attorney, Andrew. In one case study, we found that before implementing Advocat, in-house attorneys were spending 108.3 hours per month on the tasks that we perform for them. With Advocat, these tasks take only 14 hours per month. That is 94.1 hours per attorney per month time savings for a very expensive corporate resource. Our pricing is $750 per attorney per month, which is less than legal research only providers such as LexisNexis and Westlaw. Our atypical Fortune 30 legal department has between 1,000 to 4,000 attorneys. A legal department with 1,000 attorneys, which is a bit smaller than the size of Microsoft's legal department, would save $451.8 million by spending $9 million on Advocat. Or to put it another way, we've just 7.7x'd Andrew and improved his accuracy. He looks happy. Advocat significantly reduces cost, improves accuracy, reduces risk, and generates value from contract data. 80% of Fortune 500 companies do not use contract management at all, do not use a contract management system at all, rather. The data from contracts is currently fragmented across 8 different repositories and in the Fortune 500, sales, procurement, legal, acquired company databases, and others. It's a mess. And they're not getting the benefit from their own data. Advocat frees up attorneys' time to do more valuable work, increases consistency across the organization, notifies attorneys of changes in the law, has enterprise-grade security and privacy, and applies machine learning to attorney actions to constantly improve the system. We are an award-winning company. My ask to the judges is please vote for us. We would be honored to win the Women in Cloud Inspire Pitch competition. My ask to everyone, judges and audience alike, please connect with us. Connect with me on LinkedIn or find us at advocate.ai and soon in the next few days in the Women in Cloud Marketplace and the Microsoft Marketplace. Or better yet, click on my profile right here on Remo to schedule a meeting with me. Even if it's exploratory and you just have some questions or you want to discuss partnership or learn more about our solution, I would love to meet with you. We are Advocate.
Gee, fantastic. Oh my gosh, that was so great. Oh, mic drop. Okay, fantastic. Thank you so much. Finalist number 1, Advocate AI. Okay, all right. Mic off, camera off. Thank you so much. Wow, wasn't that cool? Like, okay, here we go. Finalist number 2. This is going to be awesome. Take your pick. Here we go. Daniela Applegate, R-Threat. Go for it, Daniela. Can't wait.
Thank you, Patty. Just sharing my screen here for a second. Oops. One second, I apologize. It's not recognizing my PowerPoint presentation. Let me try this once again. Okay, thanks for the wait. It's 7 a.m. John, the CEO of a large enterprise, receives a call from his cybersecurity director. Come to, we've got a problem. John is told their company has fallen victim to a ransomware attack and their data is being held hostage. They're demanding we pay $10 million in Bitcoin or our data will be sold on the dark.
Muted for some reason. You're muted. So unmute yourself, Daniela, just for a second. Unmute and go back just a hair back. Unmute. Bottom left, right down at the bottom, put your mic on. Mic, there you go.
Sorry, I think the screen froze. Okay, I will continue to share my screen. Apologies for that. Every 39 seconds, a company somewhere around the world falls victim to a cyber attack. What happened to John happens to thousands of other business owners. Believe it or not, this global problem impacts 1 in every 3 Americans each year, and it only continues to grow. John wished he could have done something more to protect his enterprise. He assumed that purchasing security software, implementing a security strategy, and hiring security professionals would have been enough. But what was he missing? Enter R-Threat. We're a breach and attack emulation platform that challenges your cyber defenses using real-world and custom threats in a secure environment. Think of R-Threat as your live fire exercise for cyber attacks. Our platform enables you to identify security gaps and optimize solutions so you can truly validate the effectiveness of your security technology and staff before it's too late. Our approach to continuous security validation allows security leaders to finally answer the perpetual question, are we secure? So who do we help? Our cloud solution can help mid-market to enterprise organizations, both in the private and public sector. Our platform implementation is, and it's extremely easy to use and requires. This ensures that you can seamlessly integrate continuous security validation into your day-to-day processes. R-Threat's automated capabilities allow you to run continuous assessments whenever you want and at a lower starting cost compared to the competition. Traditional manual assessments that would normally take weeks to complete can be reduced to minutes with the help of R-Threat. You no longer have to rely on blind trust or expensive point-in-time assessments. With our threat, you can gain true visibility into how well your cyber defenses are working on a continuous basis, saving you time and money. Not only can we help you improve your cybersecurity, we can also help justify your security ROI so you only spend money on the solutions that work. Our assessment reports can also be used as evidence when presenting to third-party auditors and your board of directors so you can show them that you're constantly challenging and improving your security strategy. So what makes our threat different? What makes us different is that we run tests using live malware samples. Think of it this way. You wouldn't test the effectiveness of a bulletproof vest using blanks. So why not hold your cybersecurity? We also develop our own custom malware that emulate the most advanced adversarial behaviors, all in a secure environment so your network is never put at risk. Our built-in threat intelligence allows us to update our malware library on a weekly basis so your security team can always access the latest emerging attack methodologies to run their assessments, so you're always staying one step ahead of the bad guys. If you want to truly protect yourself from hackers, you need your own team of hackers on your side. Our research and development team have decades of experience working in the cybersecurity industry. Our developers have constant eyes on the dark web and understand the real techniques that hackers use to infiltrate networks. So don't wait for the bad guys to strike first, and instead take a proactive approach to your cybersecurity. We are currently offering complimentary ransomware assessments for organizations looking to assess how well their cyber defenses are working and what their security posture looks like. If interested, please reach out to us. Go to our website at rthreat.net or send us an email at info@rthreat.net to request a demo of a product. Thank you for your time. Thank you again to TIE Seattle and Women in Cloud, and I hope our threat won your vote.
Fantastic, Daniela. So that's so great. And everybody needs that. I know I did. I had my own attack this year, and I'm not even a big business. And so that is so critical. We all need that in this time. Awesome. All right, let's move on to finalist number 3. Humaira Ahmed from Locale. Come on in and share us your product. I can't wait. Here we go. Forgive me if I mispronounced your name of your company.
No problem. Okay, hello and welcome everyone. I'm Humaira Ahmed, founder and CEO of Locale, where we help companies develop and retain top female talent. I wanted to share a little bit about myself. So I'm a mother of 2. I'm an immigrant from Pakistan. I have a background in software engineering, and I worked in tech for over a decade. Unfortunately, while I may seem like a poster child for a lot of D&I initiatives, I have quit my jobs in tech many a times. After I had my 2 daughters, I really wanted to think about how we could change our current workplaces that are not designed for women. And that's when I learned that over 56% of women in the tech industry alone, of all the male-dominated industries, end up quitting their jobs mid-career. That is a big problem. Also, as a result of COVID last year and remote work being so prevalent, we learned that 1 in 4 women are contemplating downshifting their careers and leaving the workplaces. While we have this big problem at hand, we also have a unique opportunity. Companies today are spending upwards of $20 billion to attract and retain diverse talent, and women make up a huge percentage of that. Why? Because company profits and performance can be close to 50% higher when women are well represented in leadership, and addressing gender parity in the workplace could add $13 trillion to global GDP in 10 years. We also know that, according to Deloitte, 90% of CEOs have stated that talent recruitment, development, advancement, and their top priority. Introducing Locale. We help build trust between employers and top talent, women, by providing one-to-one tailored, curated mentor matching and talent development opportunities through our fully managed platform built on Microsoft Azure. Our hassle-free platform takes care of onboarding, pre-screening, mentor matching, setting up sessions, and getting the feedback, through which we aggregate data to provide really incredible insights to identify top talent, give insights on big challenges women are facing in the workplace today with recommendations, and we also help organizations explore opportunities. We have our solution in the market today. We're working with medium to large enterprises, and we are really helping them attract, develop, and retain top talented women. We are also helping them increase employee engagement and develop gender diverse leadership pipeline. We operate on a B2B software as a service model, and are currently working with companies across North America. Unlike our competitors, we don't just offer our software solution, we build programs. And our competitive advantages include, one, we're really hyper-focused on developing that gender diverse leadership pipeline through tailored mentor matching with leaders, also women. We provide a fully managed service, saving HR departments a lot of time and money while providing a consistent service. And we are also a value add to existing internal programs. Our team is made up of women from diverse backgrounds in all key functions, technical, business, marketing, as well as advisors who have worked at large corporations like IBM, Facebook, and Google. Why are we here today? We know that gender parity and equality cannot wait for over 100 years. I mean, that's not in my lifetime. I really want to leave workplaces better for our daughters than they are here for us today. And we are here, this amazing opportunity to connect with enterprises looking to develop gender diverse leadership pipeline, and most importantly, retain them. We're also open to strategic alliance partners. And I really believe that timing is now. So please join us as we open up 3-month pilots to move the needle forward for women at your companies. Thank you so much.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Humara. That was amazing. So I love that. And we know that that is essential right now, what we got going on. So we got to get women, keep them in those tech jobs. Let's go. Let's do this. Okay. Number 4, finalist number 4, Anita Garden, Oniva. Come on, Anita, bring it on.
Awesome. Thank you so much for allowing me to join you all today. I am Anita Gardine. And in this moment, can you see my screen, everyone? Can you see me? I'm waiting for that confirmation. Can you see me? And that is probably not. You are not seeing my screen. And I'm going to share my window. Window share. Thank you. Technology. Is everyone able to see my screen now? I hope that you are. Can you confirm that you can see the screen? Stop sharing.
So we were able to see your screen, Anita.
Oh, yeah. Thank you. Thank you. I couldn't hear. I'm going to go ahead and start my pitch and can start with my 5 minutes. Thank you all so much. I'm Anita Gardine. I'm the CEO of Oniva, and having heard you.
Anita, you stopped your screen share to respond. So you just need to bring it up one more time for us.
Awesome. Thank you. Don't you love that this is a technology pitch and I sit here CEO? Are you now able to see my screen?
Okay, go ahead.
Awesome. Thank you so much. It was so awesome to be able to hear from Humara and to hear her story and how she's focused on women. As CEO of Oniva, I too am focused on how to bring trust and care to companies so that they can attract and retain talent. What we do and what we've offered since 2014 here in Silicon Valley is access to trusted care for employees at great companies like Microsoft, San Mateo Credit Union, and Felice Insurance. We know that they can connect to caregivers who comply with all applicable laws and are trusted with living FBI background checks to come into their homes today to deliver the care services that so many of us need in order to function. Even before COVID, we knew that women and men were hampered in our abilities to truly live our best lives and bring our best to the workplace because of our care needs at home. That's why we've spent the last 7.5 years so that no employee has to choose between work and family ever again. You know, we already got to hear Humira share with us how women in particular have been impacted by COVID. Even before COVID, we saw employers who need women desperately to achieve their strategic plans leave the workforce. And as we heard her share, the more senior a person is in the organization, the more likely or the potential for them to exit. That's why we've spent the last 7.5 years building our enterprise-grade GDPR-compliant technology platform so that we can meet the needs of all the customers who need to be a part of that care match. I'll share that since December 10, 2014, Reverend Jesse Jackson introduced us to Fred. Now, Fred is the Vice President of Benefits and Mobility at Microsoft, and it's thanks to Fred that this certified Black-owned supplier has had the privilege of building her technology, not only with his support and guidance, as well as that of companies like Intel, who've helped us build for the global company, the global supplier. Along with Fred, since 2014, we've gone on to build Oniva 2.0, which is in production, available for deployment nationally and into the EU. I'm sorry, because we are GDPR compliant. But thanks to Fred, we also have 1 patent awarded for trust and safety and care, a 2nd pending for the video that we'll share, and we've gone on to win technology awards such as TechCrunch Silver. Fred and I knew in 2014 that companies were struggling to attract and retain talent. We all heard Humira share her story. My story is that in the year 2000, I left as the most senior executive at a company called Seagate as a CFO with a $3.5 billion business. Having been in similar roles at Levi Strauss, at AT&T, UC Berkeley, and other corporations, usually as the most senior woman or Black or other executive. Had I had this benefit, this is not backup care, available 24/7, 365. Had I cared this benefit, I may not have left that job. Humira may not have left those jobs, and corporations need us now. And as women, we need to close the gender pay equity gap. And as a former CFO, I know that not only do we need to bring that care into those homes, but we need to make sure that it's compliant care, that the workers comply with all laws, that they earn living rates, that they're in safer households. When you build technology with folks like Fred and Intel and other giants who we've been blessed to work with, you build for the global enterprise. That means that the HR department can upload that subsidy file. Employees can use those FSA and other benefits to pay for that care. HR departments can choose to help subsidize the cost of that care or not. Employees have the treasure of finding us with the Oniva Me app. The concierge has an 800 number, or through sfconcierge.com. You can email. We find you where you are. We're excited that corporations will be able to see anonymized data as to how their services are used, and should you give subsidies, they can be returned to you. Your employees gain access to searchable care. They'll be able to see the living FBI background check and know only those with the right skills are in their homes. They'll see that vaccine credential. We know you have other options, but no, Oniva is the only in the market that exists as we do. We're currently scaling across the nation, and we're excited to be able to bring this benefit so that you can bring care to your employees, create lots of great jobs, and support a certified Black-owned corporation. I truly thank you for the opportunity to share what it is we do here at Oniva, and really excited for you to have the opportunity to see if we can do business with you. Thank you, judges, for your feedback and the opportunity to share.
Gardine, thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Coming up here. I love it. All right, cool. Awesome solution. All right. We are coming up to our finalist number 5, Dina Moskowitz from SAS Max Corporation. Let's do this. Bring it on.
Hey there, good to see you. I'm going to share my deck. Hold on one second. And I think I'll get it to full screen. And here we go. So yeah, so Dina Moskowitz here, and these are amazing finalists that are my peers. So I'm really honored, and thank you Women in Cloud and TIE for having me here. Here to talk about partnerships and innovation in partnerships that save time and money and accelerate sales. SaaSmax builds data-driven solutions that enable sales teams and marketers to optimize their indirect sales channels. I know a lot of you in Women in Cloud get what the channel is, but what I want to drive forward is the huge problem of and the magnitude of it, and really millions of dollars, maybe tens or hundreds of millions of dollars, and thousands to millions of hours a year are actually wasted on the wrong partners. And finding the right partners is no easy task for any technology company. And it's so tough that we let in over 80% of the partners into our channel partner programs, indirect sales programs, that don't do anything for us. They drive no revenue. They waste our time. We spend all this time trying to make them happy, and we get nothing in return. Finding new partners is still a manual process today, believe it or not, given that we're a technology industry. It's time consuming, it's expensive, and we have to put expensive, talented resources whose job is to grow channels with sales and marketing on doing very manual tasks. Let's take a step back and just understand what this indirect sales channel is, since some of you may not know it. It's the way that big enterprise as well as emerging and innovative growth companies are going to market if you're in technology, B2B technology. Think about how products get to market. You have vendors, right, who are SaaS or hardware or software or cloud or communications. And in order to get to market, you just can't have an entire millions of people on your sales force. You need to rely on partners who are feet on the street all over the place. And so when you think about what an indirect sales channel is, it's partners who are distributors, they're resellers, they may be your integrators, they're referral partners, you name it, but you need them to get to the end users, your B2B customers. Now, the problem that's going forward is that it's not so linear anymore either. You saw that first chart, but now we have growing partner ecosystems, and there's all types of partners out there. There's accounting partners, there's business intelligence partners, there are referral and marketing partners, and how do you make sense of it all, right? As a channel marketing exec trying to find all the pipeline to recruit and for channel salespeople, it's just a really frustrating task. Well, we decided we wanted to solve that problem because we've had that problem in our careers, myself and my co-founders. And what we've approached, the way we approached the topic was to say, let's look how it's done in other industries that are leveraging AI and data to create really great profiles and score and track teams, score and track players, score and track your credit at businesses and individuals, score and track products and travel and online dating. And if we could do that for channel partners and make them discoverable based upon whether they have the right business attributes to match for a technology vendor, that's like the holy grail that allows you to tee off the golf ball to get a hole in one. So that's what we actually have focused on over the last several years, and we're doing a great job. And the way we approached it is to say, what is an ideal partner, right? An ideal partner, a channel partner, they have the right expertise to sell your product or partner with you and promote it. They sell the right solutions already. They have the right business model to work with you and understand how you would compensate them. They have the right customers and the right customer profile so that you're both marketing to the same customers. They're great to work with, and of course, they're going to drive revenue to you. So we wanted to build a platform based around data like this, but it didn't exist. There is no data like this that you can aggregate from other third parties. And so what we did was we had to build the data mining platform in order to find all that data, which we've done over the last several years. And then we put it into a platform that allows you to search and hyper-target based on all those business attributes, so that with unmatched precision and accuracy, you're going to find those right partners to focus on, and you're going to stop wasting time and resources and investment on the wrong partners. Today, it's already a competitive advantage. We've only been on the market in this platform form for 6 months so far, but we already have customers at AWS, at HP, at distributors like Arrow and ScanSource, and lots of other cybersecurity companies as well, and many types of SaaS companies and emerging growth companies. We're seeing recruitment increase and convert faster, and therefore revenues are going and accelerating faster. And we're getting thanked right and left from executives in the channel who have been stuck with the old processes for so long, and when they discover us, they consider us a secret sauce. It's real easy to get started with us. It's a simplified 4-step process. And all you have to do is give us a set of your most successful partners. And what we're going to do is we'll build your partner profile, data-driven. We'll discover new partners for you that look like the successful ones. We'll score and segment your existing partners and monitor them to know what's going on with them and if they've, changed. And then you can leverage those insights. So hopefully that gave you a great overview. Again, really thankful to have this audience and this opportunity to present. If you want to find out more about us, just reach out to me. Let's chat. My email's on the screen right here, dina@sasmex.com. And our profile is already up in the Women in Cloud Marketplace. So I look forward to hearing from you and hopefully helping you find more partners more successfully and reducing all of that frustration. Thank you.
So great. That's some serious frustration that reduces. I love that. Okay. I love these. These pictures are amazing. Everybody said such a great job. Let's bring up our final finalist. Finalist 6, Geraldine Smith from Smart Foods Caribbean Limited. All right, there she is. Welcome.
Good evening. I am Ariane S. Richardson, representative for Smart Foods Caribbean Limited, Project CropMate. This is Paul. Paul is a small to medium-sized open field farmer who finds it very difficult to maintain crop health due to changes in the soil and the environment that come as a result of climate change. He can't manage water efficiently, he's unclear on what his crops require, and he loses tons of income as a result of crop loss. This is Paul. As the sole breadwinner in the home, Paul finds it increasingly difficult to manage financial responsibilities with the severe loss in crops. Paul's neighbors rely heavily on her farm's crop yield. And when there are issues with the crops, the neighbors must seek alternative routes for fresh fruits and vegetables, which typically come at a higher price tag as the food is imported. When Paul detects that there's a problem with the soil or the crop health, she is usually too late. She takes the soil samples to the local lab, but even when she gets the results from the lab, she's unable to understand what the readings actually mean. So she tries numerous ways of trying to figure out what's going on with her soil, what's going on with her crops, but many of the solutions that she finds are inconvenient, costly, and causes her to rely on outside people, outside resources for help and information. In the Caribbean, a region marred by issues with food security and climate change, there are millions of Pauls. At least 4.8 million people are registered as farmers in the CARICOM Caribbean. The Food and Agriculture Organization, or FAO, indicates that agriculture accounts for 23% of employment in the region, and the sector stands in the front line of vulnerability for climate impact. It's anticipated that if the current trends in climatic conditions continue, by 2050, expected losses in crops in the region can be in excess of $202 million US. To help Paul and farmers like Paul, a team of 4 young, innovative ladies passionate about resolving climate change issues came together. We are farmers like Paul, agro-processors relying on farmers like Paul, and professionals who work with Paul to grow his business. Paul's problem is our problem. Our solution? CropMate. It's a smart farming device. It's cloud-based, and it has an app that assists small farmers in making informed decisions about their soil handling. The CropMate project is the brainchild of Caribbean innovation and was conceptualized to help farmers combat the effects of climate change, improving yields and making good use of water and nutrients. CropMate provides information on soil moisture, nutrients, and salt levels, and it's made up of 2 elements. One is the soil probe or sensor device that goes into the ground, and the accompanying smart app that houses all of the useful information and data on the cloud. It brings all knowledge, technical competence to one place for our farmers and gives them autonomy, which results in less reliance on so many external bodies. Not only will it empower farmers, but it will improve food security throughout the region, and it will improve income brought about by reduced crop loss. It will improve efficiency with water and fertilizers, reduce exposure to chemicals from over-fertilization. And what's really impressive about this app and device is that it speaks to the farmer. It talks to them in simple language, which is a feature that's very important to us as we empathize with many of the farmers in our region where literacy is a concern. CropMate is the farmer's best friend. These are Paul. Join us in our fight to keep Paul and their crops thriving. Find out more by emailing us at smartfoodscaribbean@gmail.com. Thank you.
Richardson, thank you so much. Thank you for doing that pitch. I love that. Okay, now it's the opportunity for the judges to ask some questions. So if you have a question for one of our finalists, please raise your hand, or Raisa will bring you up and we'll answer. Yes?
Excellent. Thank you so much, Patty. So what we're actually going to do right now is give the judges some time to do a little bit of scoring to start, so that but before we go into the questions from them. So thank you so much to the judges that are joining us. We do want to give them time to get their initial things in. So just going to give them a couple seconds here, and then we're going to start bringing them on. So how did you all feel about that? I see a lot of messages coming through in the chat. Be sure to connect and reach out to these finalists to learn more about their solutions. Lots of great presentations today. Yes, I totally agree. I'm feeling very much inspired. Love seeing all of the tech for good and connections to the UN Sustainable Development Goals. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and start granting access for our judges to come on. So Janae, Kelly, Matt, Monica, Patty Burrows, you guys can just go ahead and turn on your mic and camera. Same for you, Priyanka. And Sharish, I'm going to grant you access to turn on your mic and camera as well. And Chaitra, you can come on, and Patty, you can come on as well, and have them lead the question and answer portion for the finalists. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you, Raisa. So judges, how was it for you? For me, I was just sitting there and it was hard for me to rate any one of them. How was it for you? Unmute. Yep.
Yeah, no, it was great. I think all of the submissions brought a lot of passion. It's clear that the ideas are going to have an impact on the end users. It's just outstanding to see such creative ideas, original ideas, but a few of them in particular. The need is just so striking, and the market opportunity is huge. So I think they could all be successful, but there's definitely a few that they were all impressive, but there's a few that really struck me.
Thank you, Matt. So my question to all of you do you have any questions for any of the entrepreneurs? So we can bring them online and you can ask them, so that can help you make your final decision on scoring. Anyone who wants to start?
Do we want to do one at a time, or like presenter at a time, and we ask multiple questions, or?
Yeah, so let's do this one. Let's start with each one of you, whoever you want to ask for. You can ask the entrepreneur, they can come online, they can answer. So Sirish, I know you raised your hand. Let's go first.
Yeah, so I have a question for Arthret. The question was, there's so many different types of malware out there. It's constantly changing. How are you able to keep up with all the recent malware and make sure that you are truly testing the corporate networks?
Yes, thank you for that question. Everyone can hear me, correct? I'm not on mute. Okay, awesome. So yeah, really great question. That's something that we get asked a lot during our potential client and partner meetings as well. So we use a darknet intelligence platform that we've actually partnered with, that we constantly are able to monitor the deep and dark web and really be able to easily catalog and scrape different onion sites on the darknet to really keep track of those APT or advanced persistent threat groups that are operating on the dark net and publishing, what their latest tactics, techniques, and procedures are. So that's just one aspect of how we're able to really keep up on that threat intelligence and the latest threats that are coming out in the wild. But yeah, really it's just constantly monitoring. We have a team of 8 developers who are just solely focused on monitoring the latest trends that are appearing throughout the industry and on a global scale. So yeah, that's definitely one of our core pillars as a company, is really staying up to date on the latest adversarial content. Again, so companies can have that latest up-to-date information so they don't end up on the news as the next victim. They could quickly take those artifacts, test their defenses using those malicious files, and then quickly remediate any gaps that they discover before they become the next victim.
Thank you, Jeremy. Any other questions, Cherise, for any of the entrepreneurs?
I did have one more question, but I don't want to kind of be I want to make sure the other judges also have a chance to
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Priyanka, go ahead. First, introduce yourself, and then you can ask the question. Unmute.
Yes, absolutely. I'm so sorry for the tech trouble earlier. Hi, everyone. I'm Priyanka Mitra. I'm thrilled to be part of the event. And I'm a principal at M12 sitting on the investment committee. I'm a generalist SaaS and software investor, and I also lead the firm's efforts in digital health and healthcare IT investing. And my first question, but I'll just ask one right now, is for Smart Foods Caribbean Limited. I'd love to just get a little more detail on the sales cycle and any notable dynamics selling into networks of farmers and into the agricultural community in general.
So Ariana, can you come on just switch on, mic on, camera on, you'll be there. Crop mate. Hold on. Let's give, there you go. Did you hear the question?
Yes. So our business model, I'm gonna try to explain how our thought process is. So we're selling through retail stores throughout the region. There are several or tons of retail stores throughout the region that our farmers currently go to, and we've talked with farmers throughout this entire process. We ensure that we go back to our farmers to understand what they're going through. And so there are a lot of retail stores that we are hoping to be in, but we're also going to be partnering with a lot of ministries of agriculture throughout the region. And so we're doing kind of a freemium model where when they purchase the device, it comes with the app and it comes with one set of fruits or vegetables. So we're going to start with curcubits, which would encompass watermelons, cucumbers, and things of that nature. But for the rest of their crops, they would have to purchase a subscription for those other crops. And so we would store data on all of our farmers throughout the region, and that information can be shared with third parties who want to know more information about the region. Those retailers would want that information because they want to know, who's buying what fertilizer, how's the fertilizer being used, et cetera, et cetera. So I hope that answered that question.
Thank you so much.
My pleasure.
Anyone else have any questions? Go ahead, Matt.
Thanks. And this is a question for the Advocat AI. I way by the ROI statement that you put together. I mean, it was really compelling. But it is an area that's pretty mature. There's a lot of legal AI out there. So I'm just curious how you differentiate, whether it's in the actual AI modeling, if it's in the use cases that you cover, but how do you differentiate in that market?
So the legal market is, as you know, extremely inefficient, and there's a lot of opportunity out there. And within the legal workflow, within a enterprise legal department, there are a lot of to be done. And so we start earlier on the legal workflow than the competitors do. There are several companies who are doing contract analysis and doing it very well, including iCertis, who's a sponsor of this session. We start before that. We do the contract creation. So instead of starting within the legal department, we're one step outside. So a business user is the intake from a business user into the legal department. And that's not a market that's mature yet. And by using our conversation-driven technology and also accessing Azure Cognitive Services, that's allowed us to expand the legal workflow and address a different part of it. Thank you.
Anyone has question for Pradnya before we let her go? Okay, go ahead, Monica.
First of all, just a lot of great pitches today, and the diversity was amazing. Pradnya, on the advocate side, there is so much variability in international regulations. And when we think about legal, for example, how are you managing the variability when it comes to, different geographies and making sure that you're up to date with that?
Yeah, that's an interesting question. One thing I do need to say about that is we are currently US only. And sure, in a few years, we do have plans to expand once we do all 50 states very, very well. We do all of the states actually quite well, but we have several years to go before we address all that international variability. I was actually an international trade attorney before Advocat, so I'm very familiar with that and want to make sure that when we do it really well.
And Pradnya, I can say is as an entrepreneur, the more focused you are, the better it is. Otherwise, you can't really grow. So great job on that. Anyone else have question for Pradnya? Okay, Suresh.
Yeah, Pradnya, can you talk about how complex of a legal contract you can put together, or is it simply form-based, meaning I just fill in the company name and a few parameters? How complex can it get?
That's a really good question. And that's in fact what differentiates us from what came before on form-based systems. So most of what enterprise does with legal is actually form-based. You take a form and then tailor it in a great amount of detail. So when I say you, an attorney like myself, you take a form and then clause by clause tailor it to the interest or the requirements of the user. And so that is what we do. So instead of simply filling in name, address, the facts, that's the first pass. But then after that, we have a legal research component. And that was what I was talking about regarding the knowledge graph, is that we take a document and we pull it apart into a knowledge graph and understand clause by clause, not just what it says in words, but what it actually does and what is the legal effect of it, which is how we're able to take a complex contract and tailor that by updating it with current regulations and changes in statutes, as well as what the company has done before in this area and the intent of the user. So yes, complex contracts.
Thank you.
Awesome, thank you. Any other questions to any other entrepreneurs?
Question for Anita.
Sure. Pradnya, you can go mic off, camera off. Anita, can you come on the screen? Kelly has a question for you. Mic on, camera on. There you go.
I'm here. Thank you.
Anita, great presentation. I really enjoyed. I have a question for you, and I might have just missed this, so feel free to, let me know. But I was looking for how you were looking to, who are you looking to sell the solution to? So would it be as a subscription to the companies to be able to offer services to their employees, or is it more with the provider network and care network that you would see as kind of the financial opportunity?
Awesome. Thank you for the question. Thank you, judges. Oniva is only available to enterprises. So today, Microsoft employees here in the San Francisco Bay Area can use our technology and order FBI background check caregivers into their home, as can customers like San Mateo Credit Union and Felice Insurance. The only way to gain access to our FBI trusted caregivers is to be an enterprise customer. We offer for the very first time, the first in market in the world, as a regulated care company. We're not a matching platform like those other care companies you may be familiar with. We're out in the market today, and we only work with employers. So other folks are forced to work with those consumer grade platforms who simply don't have the benefit of knowing that your data is as protected as are your wards and those in our care. We uniquely bring, for example, $4 million in insurance so that, Kelly, if IBM has caregivers in your employees' homes, and gosh forbid there's a trip and fall, as a former CFO, I know that you want to make sure that, of course, your employee has their homeowner's insurance, but knowing that Oniva is always there in second place with that $4 million to bring you that comfort and support. Additionally, with our technology, you're seeing the credentials that have been verified of what it takes to do the job. Kelly, we only want the best in your employees' homes, and that means not only the living FBI background check. If they commit a crime in the future, I'm notified they're out. But if doing people care, the law says they need not only that, first aid, CPR, and 2 references from every service they want to provide. I do care and child care. Great, give me references.
Is it a user-based subscription financial model though? Is that what you're saying? Or is it like an overarching like license or package?
We bring everything to you as an employer. You can choose to subsidize the cost of care. You can let the employee pay that entire hourly cost of care for that service. We can bring it to your employees however you wish. For example, if IBM were to say, I want to be a customer in this region or across these locations, we could simply open up IBM and we'd be able to onboard and book care. At the same time, if you wanted to submit an eligibility file, you may only want to subsidize some of your employees with a care benefit. For example, maybe those in certain levels of the organization today get subsidies to help pay for their medical benefits. They also may get a subsidy for care. And you may find others, such as executives who get stock options, for example. Maybe they cover the full cost of their care. Designed to bring this benefit to you. The first benefit, again, we are not backup care. We are 24/7, 365, and you choose. So we bring this to you as an employer provided benefit, and we know we're first in the world. And again, thanks to Fred Thiel and the team at Microsoft for 7.5 years of development, we're ready to drop in nodes in number of domestic or EU cities, onboard 5,000 employees per month, and host 500,000 simultaneous users. And thanks to folks who've been really awesome to me, I'm the 11th Black female in US history to raise $1 million. And that was, back in 2015, I think, when TechCrunch. And we're blessed to be raising money with investment bankers now so that we can achieve the needs of those large corporations beyond Intel, beyond Microsoft, who've helped me as a certified minority supplier build the tech. And also thank you for those great Black supplier spins that you've created in the wake of George Floyd, so that certified vendors like me can help you not only create lots of living rate care jobs in communities where your employees live, but you can count that Black-owned spending, minority-owned spending that so many of you already have in your business models. We just want to see you succeed and achieve your strategic plans and to help you attract and retain the best talent to do so.
Thanks, Anita. This was helpful. Kelly, did you get the answer?
I guess I'm still just a little bit, guys, am I missing this? The other judges tell me. I was just trying to figure out the financial model of I understand the benefit, but is it, from your perspective, are you charging, are you getting a cut, if you will? That's probably a terrible way to say it.
Are you asking how do I make money? How do I make money?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Here in California, where we started, where we're scaling, we comply with what's called AB5. Gig workers isn't fair for workers, and it's not legal. They're not able to make enough money with some of those companies. So at Oniva, we use independent business operators, and that says they set their own rates, they choose their own customers, they set.
Getting to the heart of it. This is good. Okay.
There you go. Okay, so what we do is we mark up those rates. So we mark up their hourly rate so that you and your customers will see a pay rate of, say, $25 to maybe as high as $50 per hour. If you've got that caregiver who's giving dad a bath and he needs a lift and some specialized skills, but we will have made our margins through that markup, and all that's negotiated through discounts with each company as to what services you want to bring. We can customize all that just for you so that you can create the exact services that you want to for your employee body. Thank you for that clarity.
Yes, thank you. Thank you for answering it.
Okay. How do I make money? I didn't want to talk about how I make money or what our margins are,
Yes,
30%, but that's what we do.
No, that the model is what I was looking for, and that makes sense. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Kelly, you got the answer correct. So we have two more entrepreneurs. Does any question for Adina and Humera? Anyone has? So Patty, who do you have?
I do. For Humera, please, about Locell. You mentioned that one of the differentiators of your product is not only the software match, but you build solutions for your customers. So can you describe one of those? What do you mean by that? Like, give me an example or a use case.
Yeah, thank you so much. So, so what we offer is we have a platform, but we also provide with a customer success manager to each corporation we work with. So we do the onboarding, orientation, as opposed to the HR person. Yes, there is some type of, we do when we engage with a company, we have some other stakeholders. So from between 3 to 5 hours is spent on the company's end every month to make sure things are, running smoothly, sessions are happening, people are connecting with mentors, as well as gathering the data, the aggregation of the data. But we take that hassle out of, corporations, because if that person leaves the company, is sick or whatever that may be, that is the first to go. And there's a lot of training costs too. For us though, our margins are really healthy, like 60%, and we can, customer success people can really serve a lot of different clients. And also we do find mentorship is so personal, where companies do not have that representation of leadership internally. We can also then connect them with external mentors. So for that reason as well, it's just really great that we have a robust network of mentors and we provide that service. And that just helps our revenue and provide a great quality and consistency.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you, Humera. Any question for Dina? Oh, you have a question for Humera.
Yeah, I had a question getting back to SaaS Max.
Okay, perfect. So Dina, come on the stage. So you're the last entrepreneur. If you have any question, feel free to ask her, okay?
Okay.
Perfect. Great. Hi, Dina. Thank you. So, I don't know if I mentioned it before, but I'm Vice President of Services at Insight. So I lead more of the, client-facing solution development part of the business. But if you know Insight, we have a huge, we're big in the reseller partner network of about 3,500 partners. So just curious around kind of the maturity of the idea. It seems pretty well baked. I actually noticed on the logo slide a few companies that we work closely with, but what would you say is the status of the maturity of the platform? How long has it been in production? How many clients do you currently have that are leveraging it?
Got it. So this platform, as you saw screenshots today, has only been live and working since January. We've been licensing data and delivering data in a consultancy form for a couple of years already. But we now finally have SaaSified it, and that what you see today is our MVP, and we're adding all sorts of insights into the platform still, and automated do-it-yourself components and e-commerce components. And we're going to be able to, I hate this word, but democratize the data so that even the smallest of emerging growth software companies can come in and pinpoint the right partners without a whole lot of effort.
That's right. And I'm assuming from a monetization standpoint, it's a direct fee to the firm that's discovering and finding new partners. Is there any model where the partners pay to get listed or found?
Not at this time. It could definitely help those partners to learn more about their peers, but we haven't been marketing it in that way. And it's the vendors or the distributors come to us to help them. They have certain strategic initiatives to find partners that, either do all sorts of interesting things that are, ideal. Mm-hmm.
Great, thank you.
And I have a question for you as well, Dina. As a channel leader, I think you have a very unique solution. And I think a lot of times, partner programs are there, and then trying to measure the value and success is a kind of one of the difficult parts. Are you looking to integrate? There's a lot of PRM, partner relationship management, partner portal type solutions being developed because people see, a similar problem. But are you looking to integrate? Because I could see huge value in being like a Salesforce plugin to their like PRM offerings, for example, in their, platform where that could be almost a plugin. Maybe sounds a little too light, but something that you could add to something existing and around the existing data. Have you considered that or looking at that?
Absolutely. We get asked by all our customers about what integrations we have, and that's part of our next capital raise right now is in order to build and integrate, because the data that we provide has so many insights that could optimize both for the sales execs as well as for the marketing side. So yes, exactly.
Love it. Thank you.
Perfect. Okay, so we are all out of time. Okay, so did you all get all the information to really rate and judge the entrepreneurs? Yes. Okay, so here's what we are going to do is we are going to go into the lounge very soon. But after we come back, we will announce the winner. So here is what the winner gets to take, and also all the entrepreneurs, they all have access. The winner does take a $5,000 in cash and credits, and that will help them to really take the solution to the market with the customer. All the entrepreneurs who are in the finalists, they actually are automatically qualified for the Cloud Accelerator. So each one of you can really build your tech solution for enterprise, get you access, and really start co-selling with Microsoft. You're also invited to the UN delegation. So when the UN opens, all of you are invited, along with all of you judges. You are also invited to the UN delegation. But the kicker, which is really fun, all the judges have raised their hands to pick one of the companies or two of the companies to give 3 months of advisory. So each one of you are actually going to win. It's not the cash, but this is the leaders who have years of experience, and the Rolodex is really fat, and you want that as an entrepreneur. So what we will do is go back to the lounge, and then we will come back in 15 minutes because the deliberation will take time. So all entrepreneurs, please network with each other and really move around the lounge. And once the winner is picked, we will move into the allyship conversation that Gabriella Schuster will lead with Brad Anderson, Phil Sorgen, and Thomas. And that's going to be a very enlightening conversation as you're thinking about building your diverse ecosystem and how men can become allies for women. Is that good? So with that, let's get to the lounge. And judges, I will see you soon. I'm just tallying up the numbers. Till that time, you can have a quick chat. Once I have the numbers, I'll start deliberating. With that, Raisa, let's take us to the lounge area.